Hey guys, Chef Katrina here, and welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome. Just checking in with you guys that you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, just say yes, and that we're live or here. Totally excited to be on today's Daily Dose of Awesome. As you can see, the scenery of today's Daily Dose of Awesome has changed a little bit. I am currently here at Tim Irway's house. We are having a corporate meeting. So we're doing a lot of planning and brainstorming and just having a really good time. My name is Chef Katrina. I am the Director of Client Experience for Elite Marketing Pro. I'm also a blogger and marketer and super excited to be here with you guys today because our topics, hey Hillary, today is about how do you get a lead to convert into a sale? This is a question that has come up about 1,000 times inside the community, and I absolutely love this question. So, hey Mona, welcome back. Scott's on here again. Aloha from Hawaii. I almost have a tropical feel over here, Scott. That's kind of what I'm going with over here. Hey Kelly, we've got a call coming up soon, young lady. Looking forward to that one. Awesome to see you guys on here hanging out with me on the Mojo. Ivana, welcome. Ireland, raining as usual. Well, I'll share some sunshine in today's post, so it'll be a good time. So welcome. So how do you guys get a lead to convert into a sale? How does that happen? What is the magic number? What is the ratio? How many leads do I need to get? How long do they need to be in the system? I get that question all the time. It's like, what's the magic number? What's the flip the switch? What do I have to say? What email do I need to send? What does that look like? What do I say on a video call with them? There's all sorts of questions and curiosity around that. If you think about it and you look at it, as many of you guys are network marketers, this is actually a similar situation you guys run into when you look to bring people into your network marketing business, right? I remember sitting in those meetings in the hotel and being like, yeah, so what did you say to get somebody here? What was the magic phrase? How many people did you talk to? So it all goes round and round in the same arena. Like, it's all in the same place. And it's so awesome that we're here having this conversation about what it takes to listen to somebody and get them to transition from someone that's just curious or bought a free product to actually go in and to buy something. So I think Fusano just jumped on. Hello. And Patrick's here also. Awesome. So really, let's take a look at this. First off, I recommend that you think of a lead as a person. Step number one, I think that's one of the most critical things, because you yourself at one point were considered a lead. You either clicked on somebody's link, you took a look at something, you maybe got your hands on the 10-day boot camp, you came in through the Elite Marketing Pro funnel, whatever that looked like. At one point, you yourself were considered a lead. And if you were considered a lead, how long did it take you to make a purchase? Some of you guys, that's actually a question I'm going to ask you. How long did it take you from the first time you saw something, maybe the attraction marketing formula, the boot camp? How long did you sit and take a look at the information and do some research before you actually purchased? So that is my question to you, and you guys have an answer. Go ahead and just comment on below. Hey Fasano, good to see you guys. And I just want to know how long it took for you to buy. And that's going to kind of give you an idea of what people go through, right? 2 days. So Kelly was a fast action taker. 3 to 4 days. Awesome. So some of you guys take action a little bit longer. Love that. I would say a few minutes to buy the guide. Awesome. Wendy's like, I'm just going on there. Okay. So that's one place. About a month, I think. All right. So a month, that's about right. Couple of days, a month. Some of us have to sit on it. I think I sat and waited I think I was on the email list for at least 3 to 4 months, I think, before I actually made a purchase. Like, I was kind of one person that's like, maybe not. I'm not sure this is a good idea. I'm not sure I have the money. I'm not sure if this is a scam. So Ivana, you've about 2 weeks to VIP. Okay, so there's a faster pace, right? So you guys see that there's a couple of you guys taking quick faster. Some of you guys are 2 weeks, some of you are a month. And I'm sure if some of the people that are watching this later comment, could be a couple of months before they took action, right? I've actually had people on my email list for over a year before they purchased. So I don't know when is the right time for someone to buy, right? So VIP after a coaching call, right? But so the question, Wendy, would be, but when did you first see Elite Marketing Pro? When did you first see maybe the attraction marketing formula? And how many times did you have to see it before you got and you purchased, and then you had the coaching call, right? And there's no right or wrong answer around this, but there's a time frame when it's right for everybody, right? There may not be at enough pain point yet. They may not be ready to take action yet. It took me 7 years to, really get my foot on the pedal with Elite Marketing Pro. We were just going through my numbers right here, and it'll be a decade, 10 glorious years that I've been involved in some aspect of this company. And it took me a while to get going, right? So I want you guys to look at, yes. So Michelle goes, I'm Danish. And so we're a group of very critical people, right? It's like I did the first 30 minutes, AMF, turned it down, purchased VIP. Yeah, so I mean, there's just a journey each one of us is on. So Fusana, over a year. Yeah, that was me. But you guys got to think about it. Like, people are ready to buy when they're ready to buy. There's no magic, time frame. Some people will buy faster. Some people need to sit on it, think about it, talk it with their spouse, find out if it's a good fit for their business, do some more research. I know a lot of people I have are friends that like to do research. They like to go and find things out, right? But you got to remember, if they're people, if there's someone like you, if there's someone that's struggling in their business, they're also looking for help. And, a lot of the times when you get inside and you buy products like this, there's no help, right? There's nobody there to hold your hand. There's nobody really to ask questions to. And so there's a sense of, are you connecting with people, right? And as scary as that is, a lot of us, we shy away from the phone. I did for a long time. We shy away from emails because we don't want to annoy people. But the thing I've also discovered is that if we're not calling people and we're not emailing them and we're not engaging with them and we're not having conversations, the chances of them actually buying get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And then they go looking for somebody else that's possibly using the same system that they can then relate to. Right? So we are teaching you, the Elite Marketing Pro system, how to generate leads. But it's really up to you to engage in those leads and find out what they're up to. Those leads are people. They're families. They're people that have jobs. They have people that are working, And so there's all sorts of crazy things, right? You got to look at staying consistent for yourself, staying of value to people. Right? Because they want to see that you're not going to flake on them. They want to see that you're not just out there to try to collect $1 from them, right? Because then it feels scammy and it feels kind of like, like I really don't want to do this because this person is just trying to close me into something, right? And when you sit there and you're like, hey, let me continue to train you. Like, I'm using attraction marketing formula. This is what I got out of day 1 of the boot camp. This is what I got out of day 2 of the boot camp. And so when you start going through it and you start kind of relating to people of what you're getting out of it, how you're implementing it, it builds a trust for people to start testing it and trying it themselves. And then as they go through our coaching program, there's a lot of information, but it's a guided process, right? Our coaches take you through the journey of what it takes to be an entrepreneur. What is the skill set you're going to be developing? And it's, it's a journey that you're going to be on. Right? And it's going to be a way of communication, right? Marketing is not easy. If it was, I hate this statement actually, if it was, everybody would be doing it. But there's a sense that you have to commit to the process. There's a sense of commit to people. So even Mona said it, right? She goes, I was approached by 2 different EMPs. One continued to talk to me on Messenger, even though I said I was not interested at the time. The other one said, okay. And I signed up with the first one, right? She signed up with somebody that was actually interested in her. That actually cared about how this business or how this product was going to serve her. And so when I see people going, I've got 3 leads and none of them have converted. Okay, have you personally followed up? Have you called with them? And some people don't. Some people are so skeptical and so scared and so afraid of being on the call. I mean, people don't even really answer doors anymore when you knock on them. People don't answer phones when you call them because they don't want to talk to people. So it's the journey, right? You've got to trust that if you stay consistent in your actions, people will show up. But if you start jumping from product to product and system to system, and you're like, these results aren't coming fast enough. If you're impatient for money to show up in your bank account, that's how it's going to come across the people, is that you're just after their money, right? Instead of actually caring about who they are. And a good example for me, I was actually kind of an anomaly. I actually had one of the smallest growing lists when I got started with Elite Marketing Pro, but I had one of the highest conversion rates. And the reason for that is I made it a point to connect with people and invite them in and make them feel like they're part of something, right? So they're not trying to do this alone, because I know what it's like to try to do this alone. I know what it's like to try to figure this out on your own. And it's a scary place to be, right? And so when you can give people a safe place to hang out with you, it's something that they feel like they're connecting to somebody. They have somebody that's inside the system, somebody that's using it themselves. And when you have somebody that you can relate to, especially when you're first getting started, it makes it more reliable and easier to believe that people are getting results, right? So Wendy, you talked about, you load all your leads into GetResponse and you start emailing daily, right? You just give them some value. Share the daily dose of awesome with them, right? Share this kind of training with them. Share, what it's going to do for them. That's what it is. Like Michael says, the relationship with money shows up and it's easy to see, right? So if you're chasing money, you're going to be chasing people, and nobody wants to be chased, right? The whole point of attraction marketing is that they come to you because they see the value of what you're up to. Good morning, Dagmar, by the way. So you've got to put money aside and realize that, and I think Zig Ziglar said it best, help enough people get what they want and you'll get what you want. So if you're out there and you're thinking about what people need to build their business, such as yourself, right? Put yourself in their situation. You guys already know it. And you flip around and say, yeah, I totally get it. Like, I understand the pain of where you're at, and I found this system, and I really like the ebook. I went going through it, and that's what helped me. That's what made the difference for me, was going through this and then connecting with people like you and teaching it to you and sharing it with you. And that's what made the difference in my business, because then I start to understand what I'm actually sharing, because I'm hearing people give feedback on it, and I'm hearing what people are saying about it, and I can then connect the dots for them, right? And it's just that sense of coming from, okay, how can I help you first? Because I know if I help you, then, I'm going to get paid, because they're going to want to buy the product. They're going to want to get involved in the service. They're going to want to learn about Elite Marketing Pro. So leads are just leads until you start making them real and you start connecting them to who they are as a person, right? And the reason they're on your list, right? The reason they're a lead anyway is because they're there because they want to learn something. They're there because they want to build their business, right? And they are looking for a leader in a person that can help and guide them, and it could be you. So you talk about, so Candace, you asked about, do you have tips about changing mindset, about chasing money? Living below poverty level puts you in a desperate situation. Absolutely. I've been at poverty level. There were times when I was hawking more of my wares than possible. I had overdrawn bank accounts. I had taken money from Amscot. I was borrowing more money than I had to pay, right? And mindset is something that every single person individually has to work on. You can't get people to change their mindset unless they're willing to change it themselves. That is the place where you have to be. You have to kind of get into their world and what it's been like for them. And, you've got to provide them with other training. Like, you can provide them with a daily dose of awesome. You can show them books called, How to Influence Friends and, Get to Know People. You can share books with them like Think and Grow Rich. You can share books with them about anything. You can recommend going to the library, go watch movies. Like, really, you can't change people's minds. Only they can. The only thing you can do is get information in front of them and let them make the choice that is best for them. But you can't change people's lives. You can't force people to think a different way. It's really up to them, right? And if you're listening for where they're at and you really pay attention to what it is they're struggling with, maybe you can help them create a solution that best fits them. Maybe they can't afford this right now, but if they see another way, maybe having a garage sale, maybe selling something, if you can help them to see other avenues besides it coming out of their own pocket, then that gives them an opportunity to get creative. And that's really what an entrepreneur is, right? It's looking at what you have around you and start using the tools and assets you already have. There's no need to recreate and buy. You are the strongest asset in your business. You're the one that's why we talk about, especially in the world of network marketing, investing in yourself, investing in your education. You are the biggest and boldest asset out there, right? And if you're willing to invest in yourself and you're willing to put in the time and effort to change your mindset and understand where you can be, then that's where it's at, right? So you guys talked about, Michael Penny says listening is a skill. Leonard goes, it's all about education and understanding. It is, right? And what's a good way to approach people who we didn't approach, people who people who I didn't send thank you notes and what to say? You don't have to thank everybody, right? There's no beginning or stopping point. There's no good place to start. There's always just starting, right? Most of the time, your list, your fans, they don't even know when you were last on or not on or whatever because they're brand new to you. So it's all about just getting started. Don't look at what you haven't done and start looking at what you can do. Because when you start getting into the can-do mode, you'll start getting and creating actions. And the longer you stay in those actions is really how you're going to build consistency and trust with your audience. So don't look at what you've done in the past and go, ugh, I didn't email them for over a week, or I didn't do any of that. Who cares? Where are you starting at today? What are you doing today that's going to move your business forward? What are you going to look at and be like, okay, this is where I want to be today. This is what I want to set in place. This is the skill that I want to teach people. This is the emails that I want to send. And don't worry about annoying people, because if they're annoyed, they're going to unsubscribe, and that's totally cool, right? This is your opportunity to learn, to test things out, to do it in a safe place. And so if you're looking to find out how many leads do I need to have before I get a conversion? How many people need to be inside the system? How many emails do they need to read? I don't know. If I knew how many emails it took for every single person, I'd be a mind reader and I'd be a billionaire 10 times over, right? Because everybody's different. Everybody's at a different place in their business. Everyone's at a different mindset in their business. Everybody comes online at different points in their business. Some are just, looking for some free stuff, and a year later they're looking to buy stuff. So it's all about just coming at it from where you're at right now and understanding that people buy when they are ready to buy, right? I know we want it now, right? Because that's the society and the world we live in. But the reality is that people buy when they're ready to buy, right? That's what it takes. Let people make the choice. Don't force them to make the choice. Let them make the choice. And for that, they'll be on your team, follow you. Where do you start? Where do you suggest to start? Email, personal reach out? Really, I think it's Milov. For that one, I say whatever works best for you. If you like personal reach out, if you like connecting through video calls and Facebook Messenger, then that's a great way. If you want to do a group conversation and send an email, send an email. But remember, your email is actually speaking to one person and not your entire list. Your list doesn't know how big it is. Only you do, right? One person on your list doesn't know that they're the only person on your list. Only you do. So treat them and everybody that joins and becomes a lead as if they're the most valuable person, and that you're there to really help and create a difference. And when you start getting into the mindset of who you're talking to as one individual, magic really begins in your business. So thanks, guys, for joining me here today on the Daily Dose of Awesome. Thanks, guys, for your interaction and engagement. You guys were awesome today. Love when you guys engage and give feedback and ask questions, and that's really what this is all about. So I hope you guys got value from today. Make it a great weekend. I know Fernie's coming back next week. I know we're going to have this conversation about conversions again. Hello, Ingrid from Brazil. So guys, just remember that, a conversion happens when they're ready to buy, and be patient with people. That's why we say go out and continue to get more leads, right? Because it'll happen when it happens, and just have fun with it. And for those that are in the stateside, and for all of our Super Bowl fans out there, have an awesome, safe weekend around the Super Bowl. Guys, go out, continue building your business, continue to build relationships, continue to have fun, continue to ask questions inside the community, support each other. You guys are all in this together. Last question. What's the difference between goals and dreams? Goals you set down that you create that are achievable. Dreams are pretty much something that you want to attend, but probably don't have a plan of action around. So for me, a goal is a plan of action that has a foreseeable, real life, tangible outcome. And a dream is something that you have out there that you're not really going to have. So that is my take on that one. We'll have a deeper discussion around that soon. All right, guys, enjoy. I'm off to grab lunch and have the rest of our great meeting here with the Elite Marketing Pro team. You guys be good, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Oh, I'll show you guys the backyard of Mr. Tim Irway's house, by the way. You guys should absolutely see this. There's a really cool pool. Hold on. Let's walk around this way. So, it's really bright, by the way, but you may be able to see, but there's a really cool pool, patio. Like, I kind of want to hang